Hey everybody, this is GGB. We're going to be getting into this fourth quarter of action in a big third down for the Independent Chiefs. Down by 4, heading into the fourth quarter. It's a big 3rd and 9 at their own 28-yard line. The SEC offense have just scored back-to-back touchdowns offensively. You need to match that, and punting the ball right back to them would be just awful if you're an Independent Chiefs fans. 3rd and 9, huge one upcoming. Under center with 3 tight ends set is Zach Wilson. He takes a snap. There's a blitz. He's going to have time. He fires underneath. It's going to be caught. Actually incomplete, but he was going to be short of the sticks regardless. Incomplete. Jamal Adams forces it, and that's going to be a punt for the Independent Chiefs. And a big upcoming offensive possession for the SEC and a big upcoming defensive possession for the Independents, right? Like, you need a stop. Down by 4 points with 14 minutes and 56 seconds left in this entire football game. You cannot let the SEC just drive against you like they did before. The punt team for the Independent Chiefs is out there at their own 28-yard line. Townsend sends this one away. It's going to land at about the 30-yard line. He's going to be able to return it, get it back to the 36-yard line. Good field position if you're an SEC fan. And a touchdown here would do a lot to help put this thing away. Up by 4 points with 14 minutes and 48 seconds left in this entire ball game. If you can go down the field and score a touchdown here, that's going to be massive for your chances of moving on to the conference championship and hosting. Remember, you win, a path to the Super Bowl goes through Detroit. And so you have home field advantage until the Super Bowl if you get there. So huge, huge game if you're an SEC fan. Under center with Joe Burrow's X Factor activated, 2 tight ends set with Chubb in the backfield. They're going to go pass here. He's going to have some time. Eventually pressure, scrambles to his right, he throws on the run. It's going to be caught to the 40-yard line of the Independent Chiefs. 41-yard line, they mark it. Big play by Justin Jefferson, who's coming up huge at the end of this football game. It's going to be a big first down for the SEC Lions inside Independent Chiefs territory. And it's just, earlier they were able to get pressure, but for some reason, not a lot of pressure getting on Joe Burrow here recently. And he's been able to find his guys. Harrison Smith drags him for another 5 yards after he makes contact. And they get a couple more yards here. They're in field goal range. Chance to make it a 7-point ball game. A touchdown here would really hurt the Independent's chances. 2 tight end set. Under center once again is Joe Burrow. Wide receivers at the bottom of the set. He's going to take the snap. He's going to have time. Eventually pressured up the middle. And Joe Burrow is going to get sacked. Tonga with his first sack of the ball game. And I believe that's 5 sacks for the Independent Chiefs. And it's not a huge loss if you're an SEC Lions fan. Just a loss of a yard. But another sack by the Independent Chiefs. And for some reason, Jones and Tonga, don't quite understand how Tonga gets credited with that sack. It seems like a mostly Jones sack right there. But great play made up the middle. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 11. Good sack. Forced him back to the 42-yard line. And Joe Burrow's X Factor is gone, which was a huge takeaway for the Independent Chiefs. Running back still is. Takes a snap. He's going to have time. Eventually pressured up the middle. He throws underneath. It's going to be a check down to Josh Jacobs. Going to get it to the 35-yard line. 3rd and 4 upcoming. A big 3rd and 4 if you're the Independent Chiefs. Got to force a long field goal here. You got to force the 50-yarder. If you're the Independent Chiefs, you can't let them get another first down and keep this drive alive. Right? Going down by 7, it hurts, but it's doable. Again, you can tie the game with 1 possession. Letting them keep the clock moving, letting them keep the drive alive, and that resulting in a touchdown would very much hurt when you have a chance to stop them right here. 5 wide, empty set is Joe Burrow. Takes the snap, fires quickly. It's on the curl route. It's going to be caught down to the 23-yard line for the first down. Big first down for this offense. Catch made there by, you guessed it, Kyle Pitts, who has been the offensive dynamite. He's been putting on a masterclass so far today. Absolutely amazing work by Kyle Pitts, keeping this offense alive, keeping him going, keeping him chugging down this football field. He's doing a great job. And if they do end up winning this game, Kyle Pitts is going to be a major reason why. They just let up a first down. Remember, you got to force a field goal. A touchdown here would be absolutely awful, right? That would really hurt your chances. 3 tight end set. Under center once again is Joe Burrow. Nick Chubb in the backfield. Take the snap, hand off to Nick Chubb up the middle. Chubb's going to get a couple yards, 3 yards on that carry. But again, they've been doing a very good job of keeping Nick Chubb pretty contained. Kyle Van Noy with another tackle there. Kyle Van Noy's big this game for the Independent Chiefs defense. 2nd and 7 upcoming. They need to stop here. You cannot let them get a touchdown. That would be absolutely... That's like a shot through the heart. If it's going down by 11, it's doable, but it's a lot harder than coming back from 7, especially with this offense. Tight formation, under center is Joe Burrow. Nick Chubb in the backfield. He's going to take the snap. He's going to go pass here. He's going to have some time, a lot of time actually. Fires over the middle. It's going to get him inside the 5-yard line to the 5 is Kyle Pitts. Once again, he gets to 97 yards on the day, 10th catch of the ball game, and 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. And you're 5 yards away from taking an 11-point lead in this game, and that would go a long way for helping you get to the conference championship. 1st and goal, 11:50 left to go in this football game. Up by 4 is the SEC Lions. Independent Chiefs need a stop here. Empty set is Joe Burrow. Looks like a possible blitz off the edge by the Independent Chiefs. They back out 4-man rush. He's going to have time, a lot of time. He's going to try and scramble up the middle. He makes a guy miss. He fires it. It's going to be completed, but he's not going to get anything there. No gain on that play. Getting the ball to Justin Jefferson, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Good tackle there by Matthias Farley. Force a 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Still 2 more downs, possibly 3 more downs if you're an SEC Lions fan. Shotgun here for Joe Burrow, Nick Chubb Chase Jacobs behind him. It's time. He's blitzed. He's going to fire a touchdown. That's going to be a touchdown. That's going to likely give them an 11-point lead in this ball game. Catch made there by Jamar Chase, and that is going to put the SEC Lions up by 11 most likely, and the Independent Chiefs are going to have to strike fast. With 11 minutes left in this ball game, the SEC Lions take a massive 2-possession lead. Byron Jones gets beat on a curl by Jamar Chase, and an extra point away from making this an 11-point ball game. Carlson on the field. The kick is up. It is good. 31-20 lead for the SEC Lions. Remember, the Independent Chiefs led 20-10 at one point in this second half. It is now 31-20. SEC Lions in the last 3 possessions have gone on a 21-0 run to take this lead, to take this 11-point lead. The Independent Chiefs, if they want to win this football game, next offensive possession is going to be huge in determining that, right? You've got punched in the mouth pretty dang hard. You're down by 11 all of a sudden. You need to be able to drive down this football field. You need to put points on the board, even if it's just a field goal. Got to make it 1 possession here. You got to help your defense out by giving them an actual break as well. Isaiah Rodgers Sr. out there to return this kick after being just out on that football field. The kick is away by Carlson. It's going to be in the end zone by Rodgers, and he's going to take a knee in the end zone. And onto the field comes Zach Wilson. His offense, after that first drive in the second half, has been lackluster. I'll say it. He needs to be able, if they want to win this football game, if they want to pull off a massive upset, Zach Wilson's going to have to be huge. I mean, so is Cole Kmet. He's going to have to make some big-time catches. He's going to have to get open. But if you're Zach Wilson, you got to be doing what you did on the drive that actually worked. You got to spread the ball around. On that drive, he threw passes to Cole Kmet, Jamal Williams, Miles Boykin, Chase Claypool. He got all his guys involved. Shotgun here for Zach Wilson. Trips to the bottom of the set. Takes the snap. He's going to fire quickly over the middle. It's going to be caught for about a 5-yard gain. 4-yard gain, they mark it, is Cole Kmet. Again, getting the ball to your playmakers is not a bad idea in this situation. But again, you know what? Time isn't on your side, but it's also like not super against you, right? Like you still have 10 minutes to score 11 points. It's very doable. It's not that insane. Shotgun here for Zach Wilson, running back to the right of him. They're going to bring a 3-man rush. He's going to scramble to his right. He throws on the run. It's going to be incomplete. He's so much running room. If he just takes off there, he can easily pick up a first down. Instead, it's going to be a big 3rd and 6 that he's going to try and convert. If he doesn't convert this, it's going to be bad, right? Like the SEC Lions getting the ball back is a bad scenario if you're an Independent Chiefs fan, especially with only 10.5 minutes left to get in this game, down by 11. They have a chance to choose some serious clock on a next possession. So a first down here is crucial. Shotgun here for Zach Wilson. Jamal Williams lined up to the left of him. They're going to back out of this blitz. Looks like a 4-man rush. He takes the snap. He's going to have time. He fires across the middle. It's going to be intercepted. intercepted by the SEC Lions, and he is not going to be caught. Touchdown, SEC Lions, pick 6. That's going to give the SEC Lions a likely 18-point lead. Roquan Smith, I believe, there with the pick 6. That's going to give him an 18-point lead with 10.5 minutes left to go. And that might have just sealed the deal for the SEC Lions moving to the next round. He undercuts the route. Cole Kmet is running. They know they're going to want to get the ball to Cole Kmet in this scenario because they've been trying to get it to him all day in these scenarios. And they make a big time. Roquan Smith undercuts the route. He makes a big time play for his football team. And he might have just given them the victory here in the fourth quarter with 10.5 minutes left to go in this game. Gives the SEC an 18-point lead. Most likely here, barring a missed extra point by Carlson, which is probably not going to happen. Carlson's kick is up. It is good. It's an 18-point lead for the SEC Lions, and the independent Chiefs are going to have to go right back out on that football field after making a massive mistake. And if you're Zach Wilson, you got to come out and you got to make up for it. You got to score a quick touchdown to cut the lead back to 11. Being down by 11 with 8 minutes left is hard, but it is a doable comeback. You can do that. It would be a tough comeback, but the independent Chiefs have been in tough situations before, and they have come out on top. Can they do it again? This is going to be one of the tougher situations they've been in against a really good SEC team, an SEC team that has championship aspirations. Can they come back and at least get a touchdown on this drive to help cut into this deficit? The kickoff is away by Carlson. It is going to be at the front of the end zone. Rogers Sr. is going to bring it out. He's going to get it to about only the 18, 19-yard line, so he loses about 6 yards in the decision to bring it out. And onto the field comes back Zach Wilson, who made his first major mistake of the day, right? He hadn't thrown an interception up until that point, and it's a huge interception because not only did it result in an interception, also resulted in 7 for the other team, and it's not a position you want to be in, down by 18 with 10 minutes and 19 seconds left to go in this football game. But it is still comebackable. You have to keep your mind in that mentality for Zach Wilson, just one throw at a time, get your team back into this football game. Von Miller, I believe, with the X Factor activated there on the edge. He's going to take the snap. He's going to have some time. He fires across the middle. It's going to be caught by, I believe, Will Fuller to the 35-yard line, 36-yard line. Good route by Will Fuller to get open. Only 200 passing yards in the game. It's not awful, but it's also not going to be enough to beat the SEC. Fourth catch of the ballgame for Will Fuller, which isn't great for your number one receiver of only 40 yards. And great throw by Zach Wilson. It's going to set up the independent Chiefs in excellent field position around midfield. And you got to keep this momentum alive, right? You got to find out ways to get the ball to Cole Kmet. He is your star. I understand you went to him last time and it didn't work out. But you still got to find ways to get him the ball in creative ways. Shotgun here for Zach Wilson. Takes the snap. He's going to fire quickly on a slant, and it just doesn't quite connect. Inaccurate pass there. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 for Zach Wilson and the independent Chiefs. And you need to score quickly, right? Like, that's the thing. You can't just let it be lackadaisical driving down the football field. You need to score with about 7 minutes left. You have about 2.5 minutes to try and go down the field. Shotgun here for Zach Wilson. Tight formation. He takes the snap. 3-man rush. He scrambles. Oh, he's going to get sacked. Off the edge is Von Miller with his 3rd sack of the ball game. And it's a massive one. It's going to force a 3rd and very long for this independent Chiefs team. 3rd and 16. And let's be honest, you're going for it on 4th down regardless. So just try and get half this back if you're the independent Chiefs. So it's at least 4th down and manageable for Zach Wilson. He tries to get the ball away. Von Miller hits him. And he gets the sack. 3rd and 16. 9.5 minutes left to go and counting. And if you're the independent Chiefs, you got to get half this back. It doesn't matter a whole lot how, but you gotta get half of this back. Shotgun here for Zach Wilson. Running back to the right of him. He's going to take the snap. He's going to have some time. Eventually pressure to the middle. Throws on the run. Trying to get the ball to an open Will Fuller, and it's incomplete. There was even a Chief way more downfield that was wide open. But Zach Wilson doesn't have the arm to get him there on the run. And 4th and 16 with 9 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. Do they choose to punt this, or did they go for it? They're going to go for it with 4th and 16. Down by 18 points with 9 minutes and 10 seconds left. They need this first down. Shotgun for Zach Wilson. He takes the snap. Going to have some time. Eventually he fires. On the out route, it's going to be caught. He's going to be just short, I think. Just short of the line to gain. Oh, and that's going to give the SEC a first down. He catches it, but he doesn't get enough for the first. I think Boykin catches that ball, but it's like a yard short of the line to gain, and it's going to give the SEC a first down and likely the game. And it's just heartbreaking to lose because the guy didn't run a well enough route. He didn't remember where the sticks were because he had the first down. No one was covering him. If he can just run to the sticks, they get the first down, but he doesn't, and they come up a yard short and give the SEC the ball back. Under center is Joe Burrow with fullback Kari Blasingame onto the field. You would assume that these are going to be a lot of runs here. Under center is Joe Burrow. They're going to hand off up the middle, and Chubb is going to get tackled for about a 2-yard gain there to the 43-yard line. Clock's still moving. That's what you want if you're an SEC Lions fan. You don't want to give them any opportunities. It doesn't really matter all that much if you score on this drive, but if you can shoot 2 minutes off this clock, that's massive. That makes it 7 minutes to try and come back by 18 points is huge. Under center, 3 tight end set is Joe Burrow. Nick Chubb in the backfield. They're going to bring one of their tight ends in motion to the other side of the field. He's going to go he's going to hand off up the middle. Chubb's going to have some running room. It's going to give up a 3rd and 1 at the 36-yard line. Perfect scenario if you're the SEC Lions, because the chances of you picking up a yard are significantly high, and you get a 40 more seconds off here before another first down. So chance to keep this drive alive, chance to keep the clock moving, which is even more important. Under center is Joe Burrow with the fullback Kari Blasingame onto the football field. They're going to go hand off up the middle to Chubb. Another easy first down. Going to get it to the 25-yard line. 24-yard line, they mark it. 1st and 10. 7 minutes and 50 seconds left. Clock's still chewing. Clock's still going. 7:47 left to go in this ball game. And that's the big thing if you're an SEC Lions fan. Again, keep the clock moving. And all these are going to be runs, you got to think, because there's no reason to risk throwing the football. No reason to put that in harm's way whatsoever. So just let them run the football down. Let them run the clock out. If you're an SEC fan, that's what you want, is to waste more time, much time as you can. 2 tight end set. Under center once again is Joe Burrow. It's got to be a handoff to Nick Chubb. There you go, handoff up the middle to Nick Chubb. Not a lot of running room, but he's able to work his way for about a 5-yard gain. Good run there by Chubb. He's 11 yards from passing 100 yards on the day. Despite not having the most productive day, Nick Chubb could have over 100 yards rushing in a game where he kind of struggled. But it's going to be interesting here. Shotgun here for Joe Burrow. Running back to the left of him. He's going to takes the snap, draw up the middle to Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is going to get tackled 1 yard short of that line to gain. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. 6.5 minutes left to go. At the 15-yard line, chance to get another first down, chance to chew 2 more minutes off the clock if you're the SEC Lions. And every second that clicks off is a second closer to you moving on to a conference championship, which is what you want if you're Lions. You just can't mess up here. Shotgun for Joe Burrow. Running back to the right of him. He's actually going to throw here. He's going to pass, and it's going to be a first down inside the 10-yard line to the 8. I don't understand why you quite pass there, but it works out regardless. Jamar Chase with his 6th catch of the ball game. And that gives him a first down, 1st and goal from the 8. No reason, in my opinion, to throw that into traffic and give him a chance to intercept it, but that's just me. I would have never called that if I was the head coach. But Dan Campbell goes aggressive. He gets the first, keeps the drive alive. Chance at a touchdown and even bigger lead. But even more important, every second this clock is chewing off. Shotgun here for Joe Burrow. Josh Jacobs to the left of him. He's going to go pass here. He fires to the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. And that stops the clock, which is why, in my opinion, this is why you keep running the football. Even if you get no yards, you chew 40 more seconds off, as opposed to if you throw an incomplete pass, you get no yards, but you don't chew any amount of seconds off. So I'm going to go empty set once again. It's an interesting choice if you're for the SEC about why you're not just trying to chew some clock instead of trying to punch this in. Foreman rush, he fires to the end zone. That's going to be caught. Who am I to judge what they're doing? Touchdown for the SEC Lions. Caught there by Evan Engram, a player who didn't see a whole lot this game, but he ends up with a touchdown. And he's going to give the SEC Lions a 25-point lead in this ball game. And that is, in all intents and purposes, is going to end this football game with 5 minutes and 42 seconds left on this clock. The SEC Lions are going to take a 25-point lead. They end the game on a 35-0 run. They were losing 20-10. They are now winning 45-20. Impressive feat by the SEC Lions. They really turned this around in the second half. They played poorly the first half. They can't do that again. Whoever they end up playing, likely going to be whoever wins the Pac-12 FCS Division II Division III game, barring some stunner in the Big 10 Big 12 game, which could happen in the ACC AAC game, which is less likely to happen. Barring if we see the games work out how we expect the games to work out, we will be seeing the SEC hosting either the Pac-12 or the FCS Division II Division III team in the next round. That is likely the scenario that will play out, barring some, again, miraculous upset. I mean, not miraculous. Big 12 can definitely do it. AAC, it's a little bit more interesting to see if that can happen. But the AAC has a tough team this year. I wouldn't underestimate them. Be returnable here by Isaiah Rogers Sr. But the SEC will be hosting a team. But if you're playing a team like the Pac-12 or the FCS Division II, Division III, you cannot start off as poorly as you did here today and expect to still win this football game. The likelihood of that happening is very, very low. You cannot play a team as talented as the Pac-12 or even the FCS Division II, Division III Eagles and expect to come out on top in that game. It just will not happen. Okay, chance to cut into this deficit a little bit if you want to have any chances of winning this if you're the Independent Chiefs. Likelihood of that is very, very low with 5.5 minutes left, but you would like to score a touchdown maybe for your own pride to put up some points in the fourth. Shotgun for Zach Wilson, takes the snap. He's going to fire quickly on the slant. That's going to be incomplete. Receiver unable to hold on to the football. And that's been a lot of the problems with the Independent Chiefs is the receivers just unable to catch the football. Guys like Chase Claypool and Will Fuller. Miles Boykin has many drops on the day. That's not great. Shotgun here for Zach Wilson once again, running back to the left of him. Does an audible. It's gonna be a screen. He's gonna get sacked. Von Miller's 3.5 sack of the day. Von Miller's been playing out of his mind and has been a huge reason why the SEC Lions are this close to securing their 5th straight conference championship appearance. Crazy to think about. The SEC has been this good for this long and does not have a title to show for it yet. But Von Miller gets yet another sack. He's been a huge reason why they have been so talented over the years. And he's a phenomenal player. 3rd and 16 with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left at their own 16-yard line. The Independent Chiefs are close to ending this thing. Trying to put up some points before the end, though. Shotgun for Zach Wilson, running back to the left, takes the snap. He's going to go play action to Jamal Williams. He's going to fire it deep downfield, and that is going to be almost intercepted by the corner, trying to force the ball deep. 4th and 16, they're definitely going to go for it. No reason not to, I guess, other than pride. With 5 minutes and 2 seconds left to go in the game, down by 25 points. Likelihood that you come back is very low anyways, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to punt this ball right back to the SEC. SEC, likely this will be at least one of the last 2 possessions for them. Being returnable. He's going to get tackled immediately at the 39-yard line. That's going to bring up a 1st and 10 with 4 minutes and 55 seconds left to run off. If you're the SEC offense, you got to think it's going to be a lot of carries to Nick Chubb, a lot of carries to Josh Jacobs. Just making sure that you head into next week healthy because you don't want any of your star players to be hurt. Losing Joe Burrow would be a significant blow to this team's morale or any of their wide receivers, really. The whole point of this would be reducing the amount of plays that you're on the football field, reducing the amount of chances that we get an injury in this game. Under center is Joe Burrow, 2 tight end set. Nick Chubb in the backfield. They're going to hand off to Nick Chubb up the middle. Chubb's not going to get a whole lot. Only going to get about 4 yards on the carry. Clock keeps moving, and that's the big thing if you're an SEC fan, is you're very close to securing another conference championship appearance, and the path to at least one of the paths will be going through Detroit. So, important thing to watch there. Under center with a fullback on the field. They're going to go hand off up the middle. Not a whole lot of room, but he's able to find a little hole, and he's going to work his way for a 1st down. That's going to be enough for Nick Chubb to pass over 100 yards rushing on the day. Good day for Nick Chubb near the end here and getting a lot of rushing yards to pad his stats. he's going to have to run a lot better against a team like the Pac-12 or FCS Division II, Division III, or even the Big 12. They make it past the Big 10. I mean, Big 12's a tough football team. Or even the AAC. AAC is going to be very similar to the Independence Chiefs, if I'm going to be honest. It's going to be a very similar football team. Under center is Joe Burrow, more tight end set. It's going to be either a false start or offside. We'll see what they call. They're going to false start on the offense, going to back them up. 5 yards. It's going to bring up a 1st and 10. Penalty there on Dawson Knox. Dawson Knox is a player you're not going to be seeing that much. He's the number 3 tight end for this football team. Barring any significant injuries, his only usefulness is on snaps is for blocking purposes. Or 3 tight end sets where they pass. You're not going to see him catch the ball that much. Fullback, Kerry Blasingame onto the football field. Under center is Joe Burrow. 1 tight end set. He's going to go handoff up the middle. And Chubb's going to be able to work his way for about a 9-yard gain on the carry. Going to bring up 2nd and 6. Good run there by Nick Chubb. Keeps the clock moving. 3.5 minutes left to go. It'll be interesting to see if the Independent Chiefs even call any of their timeouts. Because, again, the game is practically over at this point. Down by 25 with 3 minutes left to go in the game. Do they just throw in the towel? 2 tight end set. Under center is Joe Burrow. Running back in the backfield is Nick Chubb. 2nd and 6. There you go. Handoff up the middle to Chubb. Chubb bounces it, and he's going to be able to get a decent-sized gain to the 31-yard line. With 2 minutes and 45 seconds left, they're going to have to take 1 snap before the 2-minute warning. Yet another good run by Nick Chubb. Yep, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. You can chew 30 more seconds off this clock. You got to take 1 more snap before the 2-minute warning. And then maybe the Chiefs start to use their timeouts. Probably not, because, again, the game is over. I feel like even Andy Reid and the computer would know that, and they're not going to call timeouts. Under center, it's Joe Burrow. Running back in the backfield, I believe Nick Chubb. Going to take the snap with 2:10. They're going to go handoff up the middle. Chubb's going to be able to break a tackle, and he's going to get 4 yards on the carry. Going to bring up the 2-minute warning. Up by 25 with 2 minutes left to go. The SEC Lions are, again, on the verge of yet another championship appearance. Another path to the Super Bowl will be going through. Another path to the Conference of Champions championship is going to be going through Detroit. One of those 2 paths. Under center is Joe Burrow. And the next game we're going to see if one of the paths is going to go through Cincinnati or not. We're going to see if the Big 12 49ers have enough to upset the Big 10 Bengals. Can they send the Big 10 Bengals home? And can the Big 12 move on to their move on and have a chance at their second ever championship? Shotgun here for Joe Burrow, running back to the left of him, 3rd and 2. 3 seconds left on this play clock. They're actually going to go pass here. He's going to have time. He's going to fire across the middle. It's going to be incomplete with 1 minute and 15 seconds left. So they send out the field goal unit. Or do they just run it up the middle? Try and get another 1st down and keep the clock moving and end the game effectively. 4th and 2. Minute 15 left to go. What do they decide to do? Are they going to send out Daniel Carlson to kick this? Or are they just going to try and run it up the middle, get a 1st down, and end this thing? They're going to go for it on 4th and 2. Shotgun for Joe Burrow. They bring Nick Chubb on the field to the left. Takes the snap. He's going to go pass here. Fires quickly. It's going to be caught for a 1st down with 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining. The clock is going to run, and that is likely going to be the last play that's not a knee. A.J. Brown catches his 5th catch of the ball game. Down to below a minute left in this game. 40 seconds. This will be likely the last play of the game. Under center is Joe Burrow. Fullback Kerry Blasingame in the football field. He's going to go handoff up the middle to Nick Chubb. Chubb's going to run for a 3-yard gain, and that will likely be the last play of the game. Congrats to the SEC Lions. Unfortunately for the Independent Chiefs, you're going to be probably a much worse team next year, losing 3 of the 7 independent football teams that you know so well. And I'm going to be honest, the loss of BYU is a significant one, losing basically all your quarterbacks, and then losing Liberty isn't a massive loss, but you do lose a significant amount by not having a guy like Malik Willis. But I hope you guys enjoyed this game. The Independent Chiefs did give the SEC Lions quite a fight, and if you're one of the other teams, I think you finally see some weaknesses in the SEC that you can definitely exploit. The Independent Chiefs showed you. That being said, good luck to the SEC Lions in the next round. SEC winning championship would actually be kind of cool this year. They've been one of the favorites every year, and they've never quite done it. So can they finally do it this year? Hey everybody, this is GGB saying adios amigos, and good luck to the SEC Lions in the next round.